Your week is off to a great start. Thank you so much for clicking this video and choosing to spend your time with me. My name is Maureen and I post content on self-development, travel, and anything that you and I decide to talk about. Today we are going to be talking about things that no one prepares you for in working in the field, and I have a beautiful guest with me today. I'm going to give her a chance to introduce herself and then we can get started.
Thanks. Hey guys, thank you for joining Kalemchuch's YouTube channel, and thank you for watching this video. My name is Naomi. So yeah, we'll be talking about the field experience, at least what we've experienced so far and what no one prepared us for. I hope you enjoyed this video and hope to leave your comments so that we can have part of this actually.
Yes, please leave your comments if you work in the field or you are looking forward to working in the field, and let us learn from each other and grow together. So before we get started, I'd love to thank you all who have subscribed. I've seen some new subscribers. Welcome to our community. We hope that you're going to learn something from this channel and that you're also going to share with us so we can learn together. I'm going to be reading out some of the experiences that we have listed them down. So I'm going to read out one, and then if it's mine, I'll explain. If it was Naomi's, she'll also explain. So we have the good, the bad, and the ugly, and we're going to be reading one from each category. So we start with the good. So we are going to be starting with the good, and I'll read one of Naomi's and she'll explain. Explain. I was anticipating it. The first one is experience.
Okay. So experience. The experience around here is just massive. I think because the organizations working here are so many. There are so many interventions in different areas: education, livelihood, food and security, shelters. It's just a lot.
Yeah, health. You name it.
There's so much going on.
Yeah.
There are so many organizations. It's actually a small village of NGOs around this place.
Yeah.
So you get to learn a lot through these various interventions, and even as you implement and partner with the other organizations on these interventions, you learn a lot. The experience is massive.
Yeah. And also in the experience comes with so many opportunities to network. So the experience comes with networking that's equal to growth in your career. So I think field work it's awesome if you're looking to grow in your career. Mine was the low cost of living. Working in the field is so cost effective. Like, I don't know why these people who give us financial advice don't tell us to go and work in the field.
Very true.
Because you find that, like Naomi was saying, you spend like 5% max of your salary, and the rest you get to save. Because here everything is subsidized if you're fortunate enough to live within the agency compounds. Like food is subsidized, accommodation is
Subsidized.
yeah. Consequences. So yeah, it's so cost effective, and I walk to work. I love how cost effective working in the field is.
Yeah, compared to like somewhere like Nairobi. Yeah, the traffic time is massive. The time you spend on the road before you reach the office is a lot.
Yeah.
Here there's nothing like that. You can wake up at 7:30 and by 8 you're
In the office, you work for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then the next thing is, this is Naomi's point. It's peaceful. Your routine is structured or planned.
Yes. There's not, like if you look at it, maybe you're working in Nairobi. There's so much. There's partying for those who party.
Even here there's a party.
I know there's partying also here, but you're forced to go to some occasions. Here you can structure your life and say, Monday this is what I'm doing up to Sunday. You can have a timetable and you can stick to it very well.
Very true.
It's just peaceful.
If we're shaking, there's a road construction going on. So it's shaking everything up. So the other one is simplicity of life. And I love how simple life is here. since I came here, I've learned how little I need to survive and be comfortable. Because like I'm saying, we live in studio apartments. Like whether it's your supervisor, your boss, everyone, like life is so streamlined. We all live the same standard of life. Other than these guys have ACs, sit on a fan. There are small advantages, but in general, we all live such a standardized life. And it's taught me that life is so simple, and you don't need much to be happy or content. Yeah. The other thing is the beautiful scenery and an opportunity to explore nature.
Yes, the mountains. There's the mountain of love. Very beautiful.
Yes.
Hiking that mountain.
We're looking at it.
We've gone to Kabokorit.
Yeah.
I think we can share some sceneries, and then they get to see how beautiful it is. Even the drive to Lokichogi or to Lodwar, it's just beautiful. The nature. Look behind us. Yeah, it's actually beautiful. The picture that is normally painted, or a lot of people think that Turkana County, to be specific, is the way they portray it. It's a desert. There's no water. There are no roads, but no, there are roads, and it's actually a beautiful place to explore.
Yeah.
If traveling is one of your hobbies, plan and travel.
Come. I'll show you a few places that I've managed to go to, and you can see how beautiful it is. The last one in the good, it teaches you to be compassionate and empathetic. Because when you come here, you meet people from all walks of life. There's the refugees, there's the people in the host community, there's the staff working for all these agencies. And everyone, you know how people say, always be kind, because you don't know what battle people are going through or what people are battling. This place, like, you get to see firsthand how important it is for you to be compassionate and empathetic, even though you don't know what struggle someone is going through. Because I put myself in the feet of the refugees sometimes, and I can imagine how difficult it is to live in such an environment. For example, like this place is really hot, and that's going to be my next point in the bad or ugly, in the ugly category. Like, I know people told me it's hot, but until I came here, that's when I was like, whether it's midnight, 6 a.m., the sun is here. Okay, the sun is not here at midnight, but the heat, other than at midnight, sometimes the temperature is like 33 degrees, and it's dry heat. It's not like Mombasa, it's so hot. And if you don't have an AC, you sweat. Like no one prepared me for how much I would sweat when I come here. But so you can imagine someone has come from like Congo, where there's the rainforest, to a place that's always like the lows are at 24, 26. It can't be easy. Yeah. So my first one in the ugly category is no one prepares you for how hot Kakuma is.
You know it's hot, but you don't know how hot.
Yeah.
Basically, I came from Mombasa. Mombasa is also hot, but it's moist. So this one is dry. And I thought, I'm used to this heat. But where? Okay.
Yeah, it's hot. Kwanza, if you go to the field, you know what I'm talking about. Sometimes there are times you come with dust. Huku, everywhere.
I can't relate.
What? It's not easy. So the next one is power and water rationing. We are now in the ugly category. We've done the good, now we're in the ugly. Power and water rationing.
Yeah, sometimes we have those limitations. Probably if there's a breakdown or a problem with KPLC transformers, they take time. It's not like Nairobi Park. It's been prepared and it's working. Here now they do rationing these generators.
Yeah.
So there are those specific times where there's power, and then you're told it will be off from this time to this time. So it's a bit of a challenge. Imagine the heat, no ACs, no network. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's challenging. Kwanza, why are you not talking about the water? She can't relate. So we live in different compounds. In my compound, guys, is water rationing. So you have to wake up at between 6:30 and about 8. So if you want to shower with running water, you have to wake up in that window. In the evening, you have to be home again in the same window. I think 6 to like 8:30, or if you're lucky 10. Otherwise, you just bucket shower all the way, and it's cold showers. So can you imagine bucket shower with cold maji? I know it's hot, but it's not easy. Yeah. The other one is living a split family in wherever you're from. So keeping that balance of keeping in touch with people here, keeping in touch with people here. You miss so many significant life changes of people back home. Then you're still attached to your workplace, because we go home, like I tell my friends once every quarter.
Actually, yeah, after 2 months.
And
so
I
you
go
miss
for like 5
birthdays,
days.
you
Yeah.
can miss weddings, important
Funerals.
events.
Yeah. For those with children, you meet significant.
You go, you find that they're doing specific things and they're like, wow, when did you grow? You miss a lot in their lives. Yeah.
It's challenging. The other one is food options and costs.
Yeah, I think the cost of living is very high. I know for those with cafeteria, the staff cafeteria, the rates are subsidized, but also even the cost of getting that food is normally very high. Most of the supplies come from Italy and outside. Some I think Uganda, one of Uganda. Yeah, so it's expensive. And also when you eat outside, sometimes before we never used to have like a cafeteria. There are a lot of complaints. People got like infections. Yeah, because I think of the water.
Bacterial infections.
Yeah, those bacterial infections. But there are places being set up. So maybe
soon. Yeah. We should do a video where we're showing you the different spots you can eat in Kakuma.
Yeah.
And shout out to Naomi in our office. She managed to set up for us a cafeteria. So at least we are sorted.
The management set it up. I helped to run it.
Yeah, she runs the show. My last one is when you come to the field for the first time, you struggle to find your place.
Fitting in. Guys.
Yeah, you feel lost, you don't know anyone. Kwanza, I came in the thick of COVID, so all meetings are virtual. People are scared because they don't know much about the pandemic. So I struggled to meet people, but luckily I met Naomi, so I knew someone. I can't imagine what it would have been like for me to come in, not having known anyone, and then in those conditions. I don't think I'd have survived. Yeah.
And it became a bit easy. Like, I was the buddy. The first days, like walking around, this is it, this is it, this is, this is how we do it.
Even talking to you and you telling me this is how it's easy, you'll survive, like it really, really helped.
Yeah, she was like, what should I carry? I'm like, light clothes, it's very hot. Don't carry blankets and duvets.
The whole of the first week I was here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but finding a place can be really challenging. But when you do, it's really beautiful.
It takes time to adapt, I think, to adjust. But once you've adjusted, I think things flow. It's easy that way. For some it takes long, for some it's very long. So it depends.
Yeah. Some people never adapt. Then we've done the good, we've done the ugly, now we're doing the bad. So the first one is the network.
Yes. I think when we came, when you're telling people you're going to Kakuma, they'll be like, what? You need to buy like two lines in different service providers.
Yeah.
So I had Airtel, I had Safaricom. Okay, it's not as bad as the picture was painted, but sometimes there are those challenges, there's network challenges.
Yeah. People know, y'all who call me, I always have to go to a spot. Kwanza, I think in my house specifically, I have a network problem. Like, sometimes you hear like aliens have taken over my life. You can't hear me at all. connecting to WhatsApp, and
Yeah.
then sometimes you're trying to call like your family and friends on video call, it's not
Yeah,
connecting.
actually on WhatsApp.
Yeah,
I've
it's
experienced
so
that a lot.
challenging. Or you want to, like, you know, we have so much time in our hands, so I'm like, oh, let me do an online course where there's no connection. So I think, yeah, it's challenging. And you see, like I was saying, you're trying to maintain a split life and
Yeah.
there's no network. It's not easy. Yeah. The other one is language barriers. I work in the field, and sometimes you're delivering a training, and there are people speaking 3 different languages. Like there are Somali speakers, there are Arabic speakers, there are English speakers, there are Turkana speakers, and okay, if you're going specifically to an area where you know majority of that community is there, you can anticipate. But there are times when you go and maybe you had anticipated that Somali speakers are the ones who will come. So you have a Somali translator and yourself who is delivering the training. Then you get there and there's 2 more tribes. Sometimes the language barrier is so challenging. Or you want to explain something to someone and the person translating is not understanding the message you're trying to pass across. Sometimes
They get distorted information.
Yeah.
So how do you handle that, by the way?
Handles us.
I'm looking at the evaluation part of it when you're checking impact.
Impact. So what we do
Yeah.
is we have translators within the different interventions. We have people speaking. That's why I guess we hire a diverse network of staff, because we have someone from the host community, then there's yourself, you speak English and Swahili, there's someone else who speaks Arabic, there's someone else who speaks Somali. So when you're anticipating it, it's easy because you go prepared. But when it catches you by surprise, then it becomes a bit chaotic. Yeah. Another one, finding good accommodation.
Yeah, for those who are not lucky enough to because there's limited space.
Yeah.
There are very many staff, not everyone is like accommodated, so they have to find their own accommodation outside. So getting one that is good and near the workplace is a challenge.
Yeah.
It's a challenge.
Yeah, it's a challenge because you find, I think we are so fortunate and I am so grateful that I got to live in the agency compounds. Number one, you will find that if you find maybe a nice house, you have a shared toilet with your neighbors outside. And then there's a challenge of water. So water comes, like I said, the water will come maybe on the weekends or like thrice a week. So you have to fetch water on those days and then unatumia for the rest of the week. So finding comfortable accommodation that's in a place near the work is not easy.
And also when it rains, I think we forgot that it's flat. So when you stay in those
I'll
places,
show
the
you guys
drainage,
Yeah,
drainage
there's
is
no drainage
horrible.
here actually.
Yeah, it's horrible.
There are what we call lagers. No one prepares you for lagers when you're coming to Kakuma. Lagers is a seasonal river and they are everywhere. I think Kakuma is a big river. Or Turkana. Turkana is a big river. And they stream up from anywhere and everywhere. Sometimes people have to sleep in the field. If it rains kidogo, remember how in high school when it rained people run to unhang their clothes? Here, when it rains you run home. Because you don't know where you sleep.
You know, there's a time when this road had not been constructed, the Kakuma Lodwar road. So there's a river at Kawalase, near the airport. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
So it used to flood, and guys would go. You see the plane
Land,
takes
take off.
You're just looking at it, and guys slept at the river bank. And there's no accommodation there, by the way. Yeah, so.
Yeah, no one prepares you for lagers. And the final one, it's a non-family field location.
Stay away from family. You stay away from family. Long distance manenos, virtual parenting. That's the norm. Like it's a bit challenging sometimes, especially if you're a young mom. Oh my God, it's challenging. You talk to your babies and they'll be like, when are you coming? And you're like, in 2 months, in 2 months. So
And they don't have like an understanding of time. They think 2 months is like 2 days.
yes.
Yeah.
All that has been challenging.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Maybe we'll do something about virtual parenting.
Virtual parenting.
Yes.
I'll call the parents to let us know how to do. Actually, that would actually be really nice.
It will.
Yeah, very helpful
I think
to-
we'll bring in some of the babies on board. Yes.
Yeah, to tell us. Actually, I'd love to hear
How it
what
feels when mom is away
yeah,
for 2
when
months.
daddy is away for 2. Yeah. Let us know if that's something you'd be interested in hearing about. I think we've come to the end of our video.
Yes.
What is a parting shot that you would like to tell our people?
We talked about the good, we talked about the bad and the ugly, but overall, it's an experience that you would love to have. Just come. If you get an opportunity to work in the field, just come. It gives you a proper insight of life and it changes your mindset on a lot of things. I won't regret having some of this. You know, when you write maybe a book about your life,
This part.
Kakuma will be a chapter in that book.
Oh, a chapter.
Yeah, a chapter. So it's a chapter I'd want to be in that book because it's beautiful. Regardless of the challenges, it's just a beautiful experience. So yes, plan to travel to Kakuma. Let's hear your thoughts on the comment section, especially if you're in the field. Maybe we'll let some things out and we can do part 2 of this.
We'll bring in more seasoned field people.
We'll get opinions from different people. I think we love a lot.
Yeah, I think this should be a segment. Things no one tells you about working in the field, Kakuma edition.
Yes.
Yeah, I think my parting shot would be, you have so much time to yourself and there are not so many distractions. So if you're intentional about growing yourself and reflecting on who you really want to be, I think this is a good place. Like she was saying, it's peaceful, so you have time to be like, I think it has the good side of it and the bad side of it. Like you're forced to face all the devils, all the fears, because you're all alone with your thoughts, and it can lead you to be a better person, or it can make you become someone who's always party after party.
Yeah, by the way, thanks for mentioning that. I think the guys who come, we talked about adjusting.
Yeah.
There are those who never adjust, so they resort to after work, drink in the club. They drink to forget they're kind of depressed. As we say, long distance relationships are not always very smooth, so some even go into depression or find solace in alcohol. So it really depends on how you look at it. You can really use that time to grow. Some use it the wrong way because maybe they're not able to handle or adjust or adapt. Yeah, depending on how you look at it.
Yeah, no one prepares you for the careers in the field, and it's upon you to decide whether you party all the way or you find a balance.
Very true.
So we've come to the end of our video. I hope it was interesting and insightful. Make sure you're leaving some comments. I've been telling you guys to comment, and I can see some of you. You're watching but you're not engaging with us, and I know you have so much insight. Please let us learn from you, allow us to learn from you as well.